Am I audible? Yeah, thank you. Firstly, as usual, I'm going to ask a special question to all of you. Well, so I need answer from each and every one of you. Firstly, quickly, every one of you tell what special food you had today.
I had a chocolate croissant.
I had a spinach rice.
Great. Next.
I had mutton biryani today.
Nice. Then
I did not have anything special. I just had rasam rice.
oh, that's different. And remaining people.
I had usual rice and mutton curry, and this is a Sunday special. Like every Sunday, we have the same day.
Yeah, that's great. Next. Well, I need each voices. I'm not going to leave any one of you.
Bharat, I had the same rasam with the kuttu. Okay, so
Yes.
nothing special.
Great. Then
Bharat, I'm still having my curd rice.
wow. Okay, that's nice. Okay. So, okay. I'll take the people who don't tell. I think they can't because they might not be in a situation. Well, so now assume this is a Sunday and this is going to get over. And what is tomorrow? But it's Monday. So we all know that. So tomorrow for lunch, we are going to have rice and sambar. And you know what? At that moment, our mind always tends to think what special food we had in the past. And that's the moment life teaches you something. Yes. A very good evening, fellow Toastmasters and the beautiful guests out there. So I welcome you all to the 101 session of Vellore Toastmasters Club. You know what? This session is very special because we are going to start a new century of Vellore Toastmasters Club. I want every one of you to give a very big applause for that. Great. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. So before diving into the session, well, there are a few ground rules that ought to be followed during the session. So firstly, please do keep your mobile phones off or put them on silent mode. Secondly, please refrain from talking about sex, religion, and politics. And thirdly, please do keep your mics muted unless you come on stage. And fourth, please do keep your cameras on so that we could witness your beautiful smile. And that's it from the rules. And here I would also like to tell the mission of Toastmasters Club. The mission of Toastmasters Club is to provide a mutually supportive and positive learning experience through which members develop their communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. So without further ado, I would like to call the most and the special and the very important person in our club. Well, it's going to be our president, Toastmaster Saumini. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bharat. VTC 101 makes us realize that a milestone has been reached. I would like to take a moment to thank all the members, the past members and the current members who had made 100 sessions in VTC possible and VTC 100 also possible. We went on a trip down the memory lane to look at how far we had come. From now, we're going to take a progressive path to go forward. We had a lot of remarkable things that happening in our 100th session. For those who weren't there, Toastmaster Johan gave his icebreaker and started his pathways journey. Toastmaster Shrutika played her first ever role grammarian with such flamboyance, and Toastmaster Ashwin gave his first evaluation speech with great detail. For all that and rest, I know we've applauded already before, so let's take a moment to give ourselves a round of applause. Now, we are so excited for today as we have not one, but 3 guest Toastmasters taking part in the session. Toastmaster Subbu will be conducting an educational session on keeping up the commitment. Welcome to the club, sir. Thank you for accepting our request, and we're so glad to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Toastmaster Karupasamy from Rising Pillars Toastmasters Club is here to play grammarian. Welcome to VTC, sir. We already love your energy so much. And Toastmaster Surya from Soul VIT giving the speech. Welcome, Surya, and all the best. And my mentor, Heenal from Soul, is also here, totally unexpected and very awkward for me as my speech today centered around her mentorship and my relationship with her. So welcome, Heenal. So without any further ado, and let me declare open VTC 101. We have our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Krithi Surana, with the theme Ctrl Alt Delete, a fitting theme for a computer science or software engineering major. Toastmaster Krithi, I'm looking forward to what you have in store. Over to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Saumini. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. You might be wondering what Ctrl Alt Delete is all about. If you guess it's about rebooting or refreshing, you are right. The idea behind this key combination, a way to reboot a system, originated with an IBM scientist, David Bradley, in 1980. The main reason behind it was whenever the programmers encountered a coding glitch, they had to manually restart the entire system. Turning the machine and back on automatically, we created lots of memory tests, which stole valuable time. So Bradley decided to create a keyboard shortcut that triggered a system reset without the memory test. Is this key combination just related to people who are working with computers? Or is something else? Let's keep wondering. For now, let's proceed with the agenda for today. We have 4 segments today. First, prepared speech. Second, educational session. Third, table topics. And fourth is evaluation. First of all, let me call upon our general evaluator, Toastmaster Mahalakshmi. Over to you, Toastmaster Mahalakshmi.
Stress, tension, pressure. Oh my God! From the Monday morning, work tension, manager tension, sales tension, pressure. From Saturday morning, getting bus from Coimbatore is the biggest tension. And Monday morning again, getting bus from a new bus stand to Chennai, reaching on time is so tension, so pressure on me. See, oh my God, another that, addition to this Krithi, our Toastmaster Krithi, made me general evaluator of this session. This is the one of the biggest tension for me, pressure for me. When I saw my name, Mahalakshmi, as a general evaluator, oh, my heart like, tup, 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 tup. Oh my God, please help me out of this pressure and tension. Hi, Mahalakshmi. I will definitely help you. Where is the sound from? Oh my God. Yes, I am your God here. I will give you my 3 angels to help you out for this, especially this session. Let me welcome my tag team, my 3 angels, one by one. First, I will call my timer, Toastmaster Bharat.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Well, I'm going to be the first angel, as the General Evaluator said. So, you know what? My role plays a vital role in today's session, and it's related to the theme. People say that time is gold, but you know what? Playing the role of timer is like a diamond, because in your speech, I'm going to play a major role. So let me list out the time limits for each and every segments. So for the prepared speeches, the time limit is about 5 to 7 minutes. I will raise the green card at 5 minutes and the yellow card at 6 and the red card at 7. And there will be a buffer time of 30 seconds before and after the time limit. So if you speak for less than 4 minutes and 30 seconds or more than 7 minutes and 30 seconds, you will be disqualified. And coming to the table topic segment, the time limit will be 1 to 2 minutes. And for table topics, the buffer time of 30 seconds only will be after the time limit. So if you speak less than 1 minute or more than 2 minutes and 30 seconds, you will be disqualified. And I hope every one of you is clear with that. So please do keep your times on limit and let it be a time filled session. Thank you and over to the
Thank you, Timer Toastmaster Bharat. That is wonderful explanations. And next, I will call my second angel, our Toastmaster, our counter of the day, our Toastmaster Shrutika.
Very good afternoon, everybody. Am I audible and visible? Great. So I'll start with an interesting question. How many of you love long drives in your own car? Just raise your hands. Great. So I'm here with a situation. Imagine you are listening to an FM radio as you're driving your car. A wonderful song is on the air. Imagine your favorite song at the present moment, and suddenly what is this cracking sound? It's an interruption. So we'll deal the situation usually has changing or tuning the radio, or a common solution to it is switching on the channel or changing to the other channel. So like it or not, but we use the filler words in our speech such as as, like, etc. It is an identical impact on our audience. Initially, people try to ignore these disturbances, but as the disturbance continues, they change their attention to another station. Remember, friends, they have their mobile phones in their pocket. So that's the other stations which they think to switch on. So I'm here as an accountant today. I will help you to identify the filler sounds that you tend to use during your speeches. And I will also listen to and take note of overused words, including and, well, so, but, and I will present my report towards the end of the meeting. Over to the general evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you, Kritika. Thank you, Shrutika, with a nice explanation, real-time explanations. Next, I'll go on to my third angel from heaven. I will call our grammarian Karupaswamy.
A very good evening to all Toastmasters and guests. I'm Karupaswamy from Chennai, playing a grammarian role for this session. As a grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to the language usage. I will take note of any misusage of all the English language, as well as any outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. As a grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. Today, the word of the day is treasure. Treasure is to consider somebody. See, treasure means it is pokism, the big amount of money. Leave aside that. To consider one person as a valuable, a special person. So that is called treasure. I request all speakers to use this word of the day, treasure, in between your speech. And the other Toastmasters, other audience Toastmasters has to clap whenever the speaker uses the word of the day on stage. I will come back with my report, grammar report, at the end of the evaluation session when called by GE. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Karupaswamy, as a grammarian. See, over this 2.5 years wearing this mask, this has also made me frustrated. With this mask, I forgot to greet you one and all you. I'm very sorry for that. Very good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I am Toastmaster Mahalakshmi as the General Evaluator of the day. Now, I'm going to remove this mask. Like my tension, pressure, palpitations, keep away for off these sessions. I'm going to say watch this meeting. I'm going to give my evaluations report when I call upon. Thank you. Over to Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mahalakshmi. Ctrl Alt Delete is a simple concept, and we can see it in our everyday computer keyboards. So why not we use it when we face challenging situations? It's the same 3 keys we can use to reboot our hardware during problematic situations. Let's click Control to control our emotions. Unformed situations can affect us emotionally. People can trigger us negatively, but that doesn't mean that we have to react to them. Our negative responses only makes matters worse. What we can do and should do is to exercise control and manage our emotions, especially our initial reactions, which may be impulsive and leave us regretting later on. Remember, we cannot control what happens to us, but we can control and master what goes on within us. So when faced with unfavorable situation, calm down, stay cool, and be in control. It's now time for prepared speech session. Let's have a first speaker, a 4th-year software engineering student, the most charming Toastmaster Saumini. Before that, let me call upon her evaluator, who's a super mom, who's known for getting so involved in character that brings us it in life for us. Over to you, Toastmaster Kirtana.
Thank you, Tia Moody. Being the evaluator, it's my duty to evaluate Toastmaster Saumini's speech today. She's about to deliver her Level 2 Project 3 Presentation Mastery. The purpose of this project is for the member to clearly define how Toastmaster envision mentoring and to share some aspects of previous experience as a prodigy. Here comes the prodigal daughter. Over to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kirtana. Saumini, can we have a quick audio check?
Am I audible and visible?
Yes. Toastmaster Saumini. 0 to 1. 0 to 1, Toastmaster Saumini.
Before I begin, I'd like to give a disclaimer that my video is not very clear today because I'm not attending from my laptop. I had to borrow someone else. And I'll be sitting so that my face is at least partially visible. The timer can begin now. 3:30 is not just the time 1 hour before Vellore Toastmasters Club session beginning, but a blink of an eye for me when it comes to evaluation speeches. Everyone in this club is aware of my reputation for lengthy, elaborate, and detailed evaluation speeches. That after a certain point of time, it became a thing for everyone in the club to sit in the edges of their seats and watch the Caleb Bra website stopwatch when it turns red and see if I were going to finish my evaluation speech before 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Most of the time, the timers themselves having a mini heart attack. The trouble that I had with keeping up my evaluation speeches under the time limit was because I always assumed that the time constraint was not an important factor, and my loyalty lay in giving the most just and useful evaluations to my target speaker, and thereby concentrated on making my evaluations more elaborate and detailed. That was so much fun having evaluations my way until I so bravely decided to enroll for the evaluation speech contest in the month of October. The most challenging part and my only goal in the club level contest, finish at 3:30. Clap, clap. The proudest moment of my life. I did, but I would not go back and watch that recording of my evaluation, for I had to compromise on the quality of the speech. I evaluated the speaker, not the speech. I evaluated the content, not the speech. I did not know how to strike a balance between quality and time constraint. I had to give up one thing to get another. This is when I realized that this is so much a person can do when there is no mentor for them. I did not have a mentor until then, and this incident taught me the importance of finding one. I did have my fair share of being a protege with a few of my mentors and realized that anyone cannot be anyone's mentor, and it is important to find the right mentor-mentee fit. I did after a lot of failed attempts and could not have asked for anyone more perfect of a match. My mentor and I did something that I did not do with any of my previous mentors. We sat down and defined my goals in Toastmasters, which made me realize what I actually wanted from Toastmasters, from the plethora of things that it offered. After a lot of thinking, I arrived at two things. One thing that I wanted to excel upon, evaluation speeches. Another thing that I wanted to improve upon, impromptu speaking. Defining your goals gives you a clarity on the path that you want to be on and plucks you out of the wrong path that has not a very clear vision and places you on the right path with enhanced vision. Preparing for area level contests, I did get nervous, thinking how on earth I am going to receive constructive criticism in a way that it does not hurt me or hurt my feelings. Because I was a person who would easily get hurt when people made remarks on me. And this is the biggest thing that I learned from my mentor, how not to put down people while giving words of improvement. Instead, uplift them with it more than an appreciation does. This helped me learn how to strike a balance between quality and time constraint and also win the first place in the area level evaluation speech contest. There are three things that I realized and learned from mentorship in Toastmasters and my mentor. Number one, having a mentor is so important as it cuts the learning curve where we learn from the experiences of our mentor, stories of their setbacks, what to do instead, saving us ample amount of time in our learning journey and also provide us with expert answers and solutions to a lot of things. Number two, how to be compassionate while becoming a mentor or being a mentor to someone. I found my strength in criticizing content, but also learned that one's duty does not just stop there. And along with it, it is also important to learn the art of being compassionate, be mellow, and empathy, and being an empath with your protege, which is where a successful mentor-mentee relationship lies. Number three, being accountable to someone. Truth be told, most of us here suffer from lack of motivation, lack of discipline, etc. We sometimes require an external force to keep us moving. And I believe that to even activate the internal force of self-motivation and self-discipline, an external force has to come to play. As we are accountable to someone, we have a momentum in our journey and would learn to keep it up after a certain point, even when your mentor is absent. I was the most hesitant person to find a mentor for myself, and I was happily assigning mentors for other people in my club back when I was Vice President Education. But Finding one and working on the relationship changed my whole game and made me realize the importance of having a mentor in whatever that you do in life. Oh, and who was my mentor that worked her magic on me? I'm so glad that my mentor is here, even though I did not send an invite to her or send this script for evaluation because it was too awkward for me. It was none other than Hinal, a great mentor and friend. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Saumini, for that wonderful speech. Let's have 1 minute to send our personal feedbacks to her. You can do it either by the chat or send her personally through WhatsApp. Timer, please let me know when 1 minute is up.
Yes, the 1 minute is over.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bharat. Let's have a second speaker who's a third-year student in VIT, who's a dancer. She loves reading books, meditating, and doing yoga. Toastmaster Surya. Let's call upon her evaluator, working professional as a structural steel detailer in Bangalore, the most enthusiastic one when coming to taking part in contests. Over to you, Toastmaster Bharat.
Thank you, PM Modi. Well, we all need someone to appreciate our good times, and we all need someone to take ourselves from the failures. Yes, that's why we need a special person in Toastmasters, and they named it an evaluator. So I'm going to be the evaluator for speaker 2. Well, today the speaker in VTC is very special because she's not the speaker from VTC, she's from Seoul VIT. Well, I hope you all know that. It's going to be Toastmaster Surya for you. So she is going to deliver her level 2 project 2 on the pathway motivational strategies. And the purpose of the project is to learn about different communication styles and identify her primary communication style. So the time limit for the speech is about 5 to 7 minutes. And Toastmaster Surya, I'm going to keenly and sharply note all the things in your speech like an eagle. So be careful about that and don't forget to be confident on your speech. So I'll be back with my report during the general evaluation and over to the TMO.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bharat. Or can we have a quick audio and video check, Surya?
Oh, 1 second. Yes.
Yeah.
Am I audible and visible?
Yes.
All right. I'm ready.
Toastmaster Surya. Good afternoon, passengers. Good afternoon, passengers, Toastmaster Surya.
Good afternoon to all the Toastmasters and guests. How many of you have heard this phrase or something along these lines, which goes like, women should stay indoors, serving a family for the rest of her life? It's disheartening to realize that most of us have heard this song. Yet, there are some incredible women out there who are proving themselves that they are stronger than ever. Just like that, a year ago, I read a story about a woman called Ritu Rathi. When I read her story, I realized that not a lot of people know about her. So I decided to voice her story today. Starting from the roots, she is a common village girl from Haryana who had dreams to fly in a society which thought girls are a burden. As a child, everyone is full of hopes and dreams, and so was she. Not being born in a metropolitan city did not stop her from aiming high. She proudly expressed her dream of becoming a pilot in her school days itself. As years passed by, her dream became too big for the people around her. Her relatives thought that she should get married before she gets too educated. There was a social pressure on her, but Ritu was result oriented and focused towards her goals. She was motivated to accomplish her goals by all means, to sit on that cockpit one day with pride and joy. She applied to several US training programs, and 8 months in, she heard back. She knew her parents would be hesitant to send her halfway across the world alone. She told her father to spend the money that they have saved for a wedding on her education instead, promising that she will make them proud one day. In her words, she said, मैंने अपनी लड़ाई लड़ी, मैं US गई. I fought my fight, I went to the US. Her parents luckily turned a blind eye on all those relatives who claimed that her life will be ruined and sent her to the US. Her parents, Mr. and Mrs. Rathi, were so supportive, cooperative, and patient towards her dreams. They anticipated her needs regardless of what the society said. After 1.5 years, when Ritu returned to India, she found out that the jobs are scarce now because Kingfisher Airlines was closed. Things took a turn for worse when her mother passed away due to brain hemorrhage. Her mother, who fought just for her against the entire world, and when it was finally Ritu's time to prove, to shine, her mother left the world. She wanted to tell her mother that she didn't do anything wrong in supporting her dreams. While her father was miserable and the entire family was surviving on loans, Ritu took up a side job and studied for 7 hours on top of that. After 2 years of hard work, Ritu finally got an offer to become a co-pilot for an airline. For the next 4 years, she flew 60 flights a month and eventually promoted to captain. At last, she could say these words. Good afternoon, passengers of A3 Airbus. This is your captain speaking. All it took was blood, sweat, and tears. All of us who are listening to me right now are privileged enough to choose what we want to do, or at least change what we want to do in our life. But for a lot of people, when they choose to do something different, the entire village turns their backs on them, especially when it's a woman. Women out there are proving that they are also capable of achieving great goals in life, regardless of the support. But imagine how unchallenging will the road be only if they could get the support from their society and family. Ritu's journey tells us how important it is to stay true, to speak your truth, and to stay motivated, to always focus on your goals. Through this, we can highlight how different communication style affects a person's life at each and every stage. Number 1, initiating communication style. This is the communication style Ritu had in her childhood days when she was enthusiastic towards life. She talked to everyone with sheer joy and excitement. She initiated conversations and made new friends. Number 2, direct communication style. When she decided to go to US, she boldly told everyone that this is her dream and she did not bend for anyone. She was someone who voiced her opinion even when the entire village was against her. Number 3, supportive communication style. Her parents, Mr. and Mrs. Rathi, supported her so much that without them being a supportive communicator, she wouldn't have been able to achieve her goals. These were the three communication styles which impacted Ritu's life and helped her to achieve her goals. For you, it might be some other communication style. But remember, it is always important to have a voice of your own. I would like to end my speech by saying something which Ritu said in her interview. She said that if you want to achieve something great in your life, stay away from small mindset people. Over 35% of our female population is uneducated because someone somewhere has a mentality that she is a woman. What will she do with education? All I hope is that one day when a woman from small village aspires to be something in her life, the entire village will support her and celebrate her even when she doesn't believe in herself. Thank you, and over to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Surya, for that awesome speech of yours. Let's have 1 minute to give our feedbacks to Toastmaster Surya. Timer, do let me know when 1 minute is up.
Yes, the 1 minute is over.
Thank you, timer. As we have learned how to control our emotions when we are in our lives, now let's press Alt for looking alternative solutions. Nothing gets better by complaining or harping over any predicament. The best way to move forward consecutively is to search alternative solutions. Ask ourselves what other options and possibilities are there within our power to take action. Make a list of contacts, of resources available to us that we can get support from, so we could have favorable outcomes. This action alone helps us create a positive vision for ourselves and signals our brain to adopt a hunting behavior mode, looking beyond our problems and stuckness and focusing on solutions. Now let's find solution on how to keep the commitment from our educational speaker, DTM Toastmaster Subbu, who is a Toastmaster for over 5 years and have been a past area director in 2018-19 and have held many roles in division and district extended teams. He's a part of a corporate club called Silver Tongue Toastmasters Chennai. Over to you, DTM Toastmaster Subbu. We welcome you to VTC.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Krithi, and thanks to all the wonderful speakers, the two wonderful speakers, TMOD as well as the General Evaluator and her team. Amongst all the women, I would like to congratulate all the women of this club. We had a majority of women players. All of us feel proud indeed. First, I would like to ask the question, when we try to keep up the commitment, it is always, the situations are not in favor of us. If you would have seen before, sometime I had logged in through laptop and all of a sudden it dropped off when I tried to, when Krithi was about to call me, so I had to log into with my mobile. So that is what, whenever we try to keep up the commitment, most times, or at least sometimes, Cosmos doesn't help us. There are always hindrances. I would like to start with a golden question that each one of you would have come across as and when you joined Toastmasters. Why did you join Toastmasters, and what you felt Toastmaster could offer you? you can make this, we can make this session very interactive. Okay, so you don't have to wait for any Q&A. You can simply go ahead asking anything, or if you want to share any experiences, please go ahead. Now back to the question.
I joined Toastmasters to improve my public speaking skills, and I wanted to say my thoughts out to people. I wanted to frame it and say to people like what all thoughts are in my mind. I wanted to frame it in a proper way and wanted to deliver to my friends, let it be colleagues.
Okay, yeah. Brilliant. Thank you. Any other answers?
Hi, I can.
Yes.
Before that, I'm a jovial person. I can easily to talk with others, but in English it's a language barrier I have faced. So I have joined to Toastmaster VIT to overcome my barriers language. Now I feel little bit I'm growing with my help of my help of my teammates like VTC members.
Okay, thank you so much, Mahalakshmi. And it is not little bit, you are super in terms of your dramatization and the way you convey. Thank you so much. And yes, Karupsamy sir, I think you had, yes.
Thank you so much for asking this question. See, I'm from Rising Pillar Toastmaster Club. It is from KK Nagar.
Yes.
See, when I joined the Toastmaster Club, my mentor used to instruct me how we have to conduct, how we have to behave in the Toastmaster meetings. When I have taken the Toastmaster of the Day role, I used to see and read the script. My mentor told me when you are sitting in the seat, when the speaker is on the stage, you should know about the second speaker's details.
Yes.
See, if you read it 1 or 2 times, it will be memorized. See, no need to see it, when you are introducing a speaker, you need not read the content. So you have to say with free hands how our second speaker Surya Murali has done. Like that, we have to perform. He has mentored me like that. So I'm doing little bit. I'm improved a lot. Thank you.
Excellent, sir. Actually, it is good if we like how Krithi was trying to do after each and every speaker. So I think that would be a great way to connect with the speakers as well as with the audience. Yes, Vijay sir. You're on mute, I think, or probably your headset is not working. How about others? Are you able to hear Vijay? Okay. Okay, I think he has some connectivity issue. Okay, once he is back, we'll hear from him. And okay, now the follow-up question is that did you have any thought in mind how many years you have to be associated with Toastmasters or a platform like Toastmasters? Did anybody had a wild thought, of I should be till, if not for number of years, till certain period, okay, till what you achieve? Is there any thought somebody had? And even Vijay, in case if you are back, you can also share your thoughts.
Am I audible now?
Yes, Vijay, you are audible.
I joined Toastmasters because I was glassophobic. I was that person who would be sick on Friday if I knew that I had to speak public on a Sunday. So my main reason for joining Toastmasters because of the fear of public speaking.
Okay, yeah, great. Speaking fever, like students have exam fever, right? I too had this, and even till date I have that. Okay, thank you. And back to the second question. Did you have any thought in mind till this particular achievement or till a certain period of time only I should stay in Toastmasters? And why, if you had that thought?
Yes, I would like to.
Yes, Bharat.
Yeah. So actually, comparing both the questions that you have asked, so actually, I found that yes, actually, I'm basically a shy person when I meet new people. But you know what? I found that I am in love with public speaking, and there after I found that, and I found a beautiful platform, and I was searching for it. So we need some platform to follow our passion, the public speaking. And I found the treasure called Toastmasters. And answering to the second question, well, I really don't have the thought itself. I mean, getting out of Toastmasters, I just want to go out. I mean, I just want to want with all the levels. Yes.
Okay, brilliant, brilliant. That is what something I was also expecting. Okay, anybody else?
So
yes.
I just want to say it's my thought previously to overcome my fear in the public speaking, like language barrier, everything. But after a days goes, like a 3-4 months after joining this Toastmaster Club, I feel till my end after joining I have to stay in a Toastmaster Club or like any community club, because each and every meeting they taught me any new things. They will correct myself and they will encourage me. They will, whenever I feel I'm okay, that time they will thought new thoughts, new things. So I feel okay, I have to stay.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you so much. And that is the spirit that Toastmasters can bring the magic as well. And that was the magic that I was talking about is the way Krithi introduced the evaluator Bharat, right? So he is the most enthusiastic person when it comes to contest. And that is what Toastmaster can do to anybody. Okay, like to Bharat, like to what Bharat had undergone. Okay, now coming to my third, it is not a question. I'm sure most of you would have come across this. Have you heard of this Toastmasters promise? Anything called Toastmasters promise? Okay, no problem. And that is what we are going to talk today. It is something that each and every Toastmaster, as soon as he or she becomes a member, has to go through this, something called Toastmasters promise. We'll go through in different categories what Toastmaster International has prescribed. One on the participation, one on the second on the interaction, and the third on maintaining club quality. So these three categories will go one by one. And you can make it very interactive. You can also share your experience. First, the reason why I asked about Toastmasters promise is that as soon as anybody becomes a Toastmaster, we should know what is the guideline that we have to follow. It is like a motto of being a Toastmaster, right? So we have to attend club meetings regularly. We should give speeches. So all those we shall discuss one by one. First is attending the meeting regularly. Now, why should we attend meetings regularly, first of all? I think your club meets every week, right? So why should we attend meeting weekly, every week? Of course, there might be personal or professional commitments. Excluding that, we make sure that every meeting, whichever is possible, we try to attend. And why should we do that? Any thoughts you have?
We always have scope to improve. So each and every week, we have to be better from the last week. So
okay. Excellent answer. Okay, so we should improve ourselves from last week to next week, and that is actually everybody should have that spirit. Okay, so we should never ever compare with somebody else. We should compare our own version of last week and this week's version of our own selves. Okay, any other answer?
Consistency is the key to growth, and
super.
If we do not have a role to play in the meeting or anything, we can learn so much from observing other people play roles.
Excellent. Okay.
And today I'm very happy that after a very long time, we have members from VTC present here, even though they do not have a role.
Okay, excellent. So we should be able to take role very frequently and also attend the club meetings. Actually, it spreads a positive vibes. I could see the smile in Saumini's face when she told people are attending after quite some time. That is the that is the change that it can bring if all our members are able to attend the meetings regularly. Okay, any other last answer?
It is improving our observing capability.
Okay. Super. Yeah. So it is improving our observing capabilities because we try to connect with all the speakers, the role players, what they speak on stage. Brilliant. Okay. So attending club meetings regularly, consistently, as and when possible, excluding any last minute, professional or personal commitments. I'm sure most of us try to or strive to attend the club meetings regularly. If it is a weekly session, my humble suggestion is that humble recommendation, try to attend all the meetings, if not at least three meetings in a month, out of 4 meetings, right? So make sure you attend all the club meetings so that you get to learn, you get to improve consistently, and you also would be able to make a difference in others perceptions, thoughts as well. Second is the importance of giving prepared speeches. Okay, so today there were 2 prepared speakers, and it is a fantastic sign. I would say, even though one speaker is not from VTC, it is highly recommendable if you are able to bring speakers from outside also. That way the consistency of having 2 speakers is maintained, and also the other speaker from some other club also gets an opportunity. The third thing is, if some guests are turning in, I'm sure they would be able to witness how a prepared speech, by giving variety in also prepared speeches, right? So both are from different paths or might be from different levels, so the variety is actually maintained. As I would like to share one particular, my own experience. I was quite hesitant, very reluctant after I joined Toastmasters. I wasn't giving prepared speeches at all, because I was concentrating more on the leadership roles, executive committee team. Then I shifted to area director. That is when I hit the spark, means I was able to find the spark, and I almost got an idea. I wrote for almost 20 speeches. I wrote all the idea in a rough draft, and then by week on week, I was trying to give my prepared speeches. So it is not something that I boast about, but I was able to find the difference before giving prepared speeches on a spree, and after this completing my all the prepared speeches, which was part of the traditional curriculum. I was able to find a tremendous change. The confidence that I got, the idea and perceptions that I got to mentor different individuals of different experience as well as different projects. I think that is something we should definitely credit to what Toastmasters International has brought about in terms of the content, in terms of the syllabus, right? So right now it is pathways. And the third important point in terms of participation is the roles and assignment. Already Karapsamy sir mentioned about we get to witness many roles, okay, and what is their thought. We would be able to observe. By being tag role players, it is not an easy task. I'm sure most of you would be able to agree. We have to listen to the speakers. Also, we need to enjoy. That is very important, right? So equally, it is important that we also enjoy. Most times what happens, we are very keen that we don't enjoy the humor that they commit, or something that we also tend to lose. I think if we are able to strike a balance, we would be able to equally enjoy ourselves. And the roles and assignments, it also teaches a lot. Till I gained a hold on giving prepared speakers. When I joined Toastmasters, I was not that much fluent in terms of giving like sessions like these, or I wasn't highly confident of giving a prepared speech. Though I was able to write it in a good way, I wasn't able to deliver it in a better way. Okay, so all these roles, whenever I take some roles, let's say TMOD Krithi is doing the TMOD. It is a full-fledged role. Like she has to stay on for almost 1.5 hours, right? So anchoring a session for 1.5 hours gives you humongous confidence. Like you would be able to host any session outside Toastmasters also with ease by taking so many TMODs. And even the tag role players, and all the tag role players, including GE, they did a fabulous job today by giving creative content to how they'll be doing the roles, each of the roles, like timer, counter, and grammarian. I think a fabulous job. And also to Mahalakshmi as general evaluator. So all these roles and assignments, taking up roles and assignments also teaches us a lot, and it takes us a long way in the journey of Toastmasters. The second Toastmasters category in terms of promise is that the engagement and the interaction. Okay, what is the engagement and interaction activities that we can perform? What are the engagement activities? Or even it could be pertaining to guests or even existing members. What are your thoughts?
Something that we are following right now, executing right now in VTC, is that for every week, a member will be appointed to roll out the word of the day or phrase of the day or anything related to the English language. When they do that, all of the club members, we try to construct sentences or phrases with it and roll it out in the group, so that we keep up the engagement throughout the week and not just on Sundays.
Brilliant, brilliant. So this is something that equal involvement of all the members, right? So that is what we have to, we should strive to achieve, that if all the members are equally encouraged, and also if they are finding it comfortable, a conducive platform to experiment themselves, to come and explore themselves, I'm sure each one of the member would go a long way in Toastmasters. Okay, any other last answer for this?
In our club, we have formed a subgroup for table topics.
Super. Okay.
Table topics. Four of us used to talk every day in the evening. We used to talk for 10 minutes.
Okay.
8 to 8:10. See, what 2 persons will be, the subject will be given by one person. Of us will speak about that subject. Then one will evaluate how it is correct, like that. So
super.
Every day the role will be changed. So
okay.
We are practicing like that. So it is helping us to improve.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you so much for sharing that useful info, sir. I'm sure even VTC could try, and I'm sure, I think they might be already doing something of that sort. I'm sure this would help all the clubs, and there are certain divisions in other districts. What I have seen is they try to conduct it on a division level. They have a separate group, and they try to conduct this on a daily basis, like this Toastmaster, table topics month, something like that they conduct. And every day they send out a topic. Anybody can evaluate and send out a voice message. So that's a brilliant idea. Thank you so much for sharing. And this is what engagement, it's not only for the members, even for the guest. If we are able to engage them with by giving some tips, like what Soumini mentioned, you share the word of the day, you share something that somebody can learn and come for the next week, right? So probably a tongue twister. Okay, you send out a tongue twister next week, have it like a contest, and 3 of them, they come and mention that, okay, you can have a little bit of fun along with your actual session. Okay, so these engagement activities, I'm sure this would definitely help for the growth of the club, not just for the members, even for the guests, to equally engage them, consistently engage them, so that they get to know how, along with fun, we would be able to learn, and they would be able to improve. That way they could become members for sure, right? And the next point is mingling with all the members. I am sure there is no problem with in your club. Each one of you are comfortable in mingling with others, so there should not be any problem. And the next thing is the support that we give, and also the evaluations, right? So interactions, it's not just in terms of activities, even the evaluations, the positive, encouraging, and supportive evaluation. I would like to quote Soumini. I even messaged her. It requires so much of guts to mention that, my evaluation wasn't, she learned a lot about evaluation after getting a mentor, thanks to her mentor. So the evaluations actually can help a person to improve, and also can motivate. She beautifully phrased it towards the end, that how she was able to evaluate beyond appreciations. Even the improvement points could be told beyond above the appreciation level, right? So that is something the evaluators actually gain it as a skill. As a evaluator, we also, I think even this applies even in our professional life, right? So whenever there is appraisal, what they do, they simply try to follow the sandwich technique. They apply the evaluation. However, the way they convey, it might be convincing for most of us, at least some of us. I think many times it is not that much convincing. Okay, so that is the art or the skill that we learn being an evaluator, and the evaluators can actually bring in more members by converting guests to members. If you see, I'm not sure if you would have heard any feedback from guests this way. From many clubs, what I have heard from guests is that the evaluation, the general evaluation, the tag roles, and the evaluators, these are something very unique to Toastmasters. If somebody is giving a prepared speech, a platform like this is really good. However, the evaluators giving the consistent feedback, that is also in an encouraging level. That is what actually attracts the guest to become members. Hence, evaluation plays a major role in also converting the guests to members. One more thing is that spreading out the message, our message of Toastmasters to others, right? So that is when we would be able to invite more and more guests. So that is something the interaction that we can bring in by inviting our friends. Like we had somebody from VIT, so she can invite her friends who are not Toastmasters. So that way, I think this club would also thrive in terms of membership. The final important category is the maintaining club quality. I think the guest involvement of more guests would also help in increasing the club quality, because the more and more new members come in. Today we have Karupsamy sir and Surya and few others from different clubs. The learning that they bring in to our clubs, okay, to our home club, I think that is something we should be able to cherish and also materialize. And not just members from different clubs, even guests. The new members who become guests, who become new members, they bring in varied thoughts. They bring in more dynamism to the club. That way, if they are being part of not just the members, being part of the executive committee team, they would be able to bring in more idea to help the club grow in a better level. And another point in terms of maintaining the club quality is to follow the guidelines strictly. Whatever is the guidelines, I think you are aware of the Toastmasters international values, right? We call it RISE, means respect, integrity, service, and excellence, right? So integrity actually tops the list, and we have to totally stick with the ethics and the rules and guidelines what Toastmasters International prescribes or mentions us to do so. And we should be able to follow and exhibit the ethics in the way we conduct ourselves as a club, as individual members as well. I think that would be able to attract more and more members to the club. So these are some of the points. And if you you just after this session, please type Toastmasters promise. Whenever somebody becomes a member, new member, try to share this. I'm sure they would be able to understand what are the roles and responsibilities of being a Toastmaster. It is not only the executive committee role has elevated roles and responsibilities, whereas each and every individual Toastmaster has to follow these guidelines to be one of the best Toastmasters of the entire fraternity. Okay, any questions that anybody has? Or any thoughts that you want to share before I give my concluding remarks?
If you explain something about the mentorship.
Okay, yeah, thank you so much. In terms of club quality, thank you so much for reminding. In terms of club quality, I'm sure mentorship also plays a major role. And today's Soumini's testimony of what mentorship can do, and she was able to describe, her speech was specially on mentorship. She was able to describe how mentorship had transformed her, how she had refined her evaluation style, how she has become even more appreciative when compared to when she didn't have a mentor. So mentorship is actually plays a crucial role for not just in Toastmasters, even in generic life as well. In Toastmasters, if somebody is having a mentor, it is always mandatory to have a mentor before taking up any role, be it even TMOD role. Try to discuss with your mentor. These are some of the creative ideas that I am trying to implement. If he or she is having even better ideas, try to incorporate that so that your actual segment becomes even better. And in terms of speeches as well, please make sure you consult with a mentor and you get it reviewed at least once or twice. You get it reviewed, then rehearse, and finally present it on the stage. There in District 120 also we have a mentorship committee, and Neena ma'am, Sarosa, they are all playing a major role in terms of mentorship pool. You can also contact your area director in case if there is a shortage of mentors for your club members. However, make sure in your Toastmasters journey, please don't proceed much without having a mentor. Okay, so if you are in initial stage without a mentor, please contact your executive committee team or your area director so that you get a dedicated mentor for your own self, and you can proceed in your speeches as well as any roles. And also make sure there are certain clubs where they allocate mentors for leadership roles as well. If somebody wants to take up an area director, Okay, or if somebody wants to take up a PR chair in the division level contest, or a registration chair in area, or a contest chair in area level contest. So for all these also, certain clubs have a dedicated mentorship pool. However, you can actually contact your area director in case if you don't have sufficient resources within your club. Okay, hope I answered your question, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, sure. Any other questions or thoughts? Okay. One last call. All right. Thank you so much. And what I would like to say is that Toastmasters actually brings in a plethora of skills, the resources, not in terms of the online resources, not in terms of just the online resources, but also human resources who are willing to help support each one of us. And that is evident from today's your meeting as well. We have members from different clubs. Try to materialize each and every resources available. Also try to share your gratitude by supporting other clubs, and I am sure you are already doing it. And Toastmasters is one of the best platform in terms of public speaking, and also in terms of communication and leadership style skills, at least what I had known till date. Do continue. The answer to the question that I asked in the beginning, the second question, is that at least I have been in Toastmasters for almost now, I think 6 years. I have never ever thought to quit, but after achieving DTM, I don't find it as a big certification. My opinion is, beyond that, it is a high responsibility that we have many members to help and support. So that is the intent with which I am still staying with Toastmasters. And thank you so much for being wonderful audience. And thanks to Krithi, Darshini for this opportunity, and thanks to all the audience for being super encouraging, supportive. You were answering each and every question, very interactive. And thanks again, and thanks for investing your time. Thank you so much. Over to Toastmaster Krithi.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Subbu, for giving beautiful insights and letting us know about Toastmaster promises. Hope we'll all keep up the commitment with VTC.
Thank you.
So now let's move on to the most interesting part of the meeting, which is where your impromptu speaking skills are being tested. I call upon our table topic master, Toastmaster Sadhna. Over to you, Toastmaster Sadhna.
Good evening, Club, Madam Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome guests. I'm here as your TTM of the day. Now, I'm gonna give you a topic to test and to develop your presence of mind and skills in a cool way. We have some very good and rocky prepared speeches this evening, but in real life, you often don't have the luxury of being able to plan what you're going to say in advance. At Toastmaster, the table topic session allows us to practice our impromptu speaking in a friendly environment. It also gives members who have not yet spoken during the meeting an opportunity to speak. This is how it's works. I know table topic creates as a panic, little nervous, curiosity, and enthusiastic things. But I'm not going to be like your school, college, faculties, or teacher. I will be a very easy co-master here, means I will give you easy topics for your speech. So I will call the volunteer, or I will pick someone for speeches. That will be 2 minutes, where timer will help you to know the time limitations. Like 1 minute, you will raise up with green card, 1 minute, 30 seconds, you will raise up with yellow card, and this again minute, you will get with the red card. After 30 seconds will be the wrapped up. Okay. And finally, one thing to all my dear Toastmasters, control yourself, look for alternative ideas instead of regular ones. And finally, delete your fears. Now, let me have some volunteer, please. If you're really interested, ping me on chat box. Guest, you can also participate. Trust me, the topic will be quite easy. Karupu Sami sir. Okay. Sir, your topic. I will give. If you want to alter something in your life, what is the thing and why? I will repeat the topic again. If you want to alter something in your life, what is the thing and why? Karupu Sami sir. Over to you.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Again, thank you for a very good question to me. See, if I want to alter something, I want to alter my childhood days. Childhood days, we never spoke any lie. We are free. We used to fight each other. And at the next moment, we used to be lovable. I used to fight with my brother, and the next minute we'll be hugging together, and we'll go and ask our mom, give us this, like that. Also, in school, see, it's a government school. See, most of us used to fight for the ranking. See, if I took first rank, my second rank person will be jealous on me, and then he will try to overtake in the next examination. Like that, there will be competition, a healthy competition. So that days I want to go back. I want to alter my life. I need to go to that school days and my childhood days. Over to you, Tabletop Master, for a wonderful subject.
Thank you, Kupusami sir. That was then really awesome, where everyone is trying for that and everyone will long for that. Thank you for this, and your speech was really nice. Okay, can I have second volunteer, please? Can anyone try? It will be very easy topic.
I'll try.
Okay, Kitrana. Ma'am, for you the topic. If I give you the power of control, what is the thing that you will try to control, even in your life? I will repeat the topic again. If I give you the power of control, what is the thing that you will try to control? Over to you, Kitrana.
Okay, I'll take my 30 seconds. Yeah, let me start. Timer, you may start. So if given a chance in my life, what would I control? Usually, I don't like people who control somebody or something. I want everybody to have free will. But if given a chance to control something, I would like to control the amount of food wasted, or I would like to control how certain resource is given only to a particular person or particular group of people, and the same resource is like unforbidden fruit for many of them. So this a resource or a privilege should be given equally to everyone. And I would also like to control the amount of food wasted, or yeah, in case of resource, it all comes to the same thing. So that is the thing I would like to control. Otherwise, I want everybody to have a free will, and I don't like to be a controlling person. So I think if somebody's watching me from up above there and trying to give their powers to me, I think I could be the right candidate for them to be a controlling person. So thank you for this opportunity. Over to the table topic master.
Thank you, ma'am. That was an awesome speech. And I would like the thing that you told, right? I will save the food. So that was very good and great social message. And thanks for that. Okay, can I have next one? Last one. Already the time is up. So we have one.
I'll take it, Sadhana.
Thank you, sir. So for you, the topic, the thing that you wanna reboot in your life. The thing that you wanna reboot in your life, Jai Surana, sir. Over to you.
I'll take my 30 seconds. Timer, you may start now. Give me some sunshine, give me some rains, give me another chance. I want to live my life once again. If I had a chance to reboot my life, what would I do? Well, I'll reboot my life because I've got better ways to screw it up again, once again. Friends, for any one of us, time is a mystery that we could never understand. Why does time travel only forward? Why not travels the backward? Is it something to do with the dimensions we live in? Or it's how time is designed? Given a chance, I'd like to reboot time. Go back to where I was. But then, will I enter into a paradox? Will I have all the experience that I have now? Will I be able to take the decisions with these expertise with me? I believe that's called a bootstrap paradox, and I'll fall into that. Nevertheless, I would still want my life once again rebooted. Thank you for giving me a chance. Back to TTF.
Thank you, sir. It was great speech, and we got enthusiastic because of your speech. And thank you for that. That's all we have time for. Congratulations to such talented participants. Apologies to those who didn't get opportunity to speak. Over to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sadhana, for a wonderful TT session. The topics were all interesting and related to the team. Loved it. So I guess everyone will be wondering what the delete key is for. Delete is for delete the negative voices. Even after taking initial positive actions, there will be lingering doubts in our mind, fear, etc. We call them as residual negative emotions. They are the nagging voices that continue to haunt and taunt us. They question our decisions, remind us of our failures, and attack your worth as well as confidence. They make you feel vulnerable, insecure. You become preoccupied with self-doubt. The best way to deal with them is delete them. Imagine you possess a delete button. Whenever those negative thoughts surface, like physically reach out to that button and press it as you would do on your keyboard. This simple movement signals your brain an action that is registered as real. And it literally shuts down the voices in your head. How cool is that? Let's now move to the last segment of the meeting, evaluation. Over to you, G. Toastmaster Mahalakshmi.
Welcome back again. Before call my tag team, I would like to call the evaluator of the first speaker, Saubini. Let me call our first evaluator, Toastmaster Kirtana.
Thank you, General Evaluator. First of all, I would like to congratulate Toastmaster Saumini on successfully completing her level 2 project 3 presentation mastery, topic being from 0 to 1. The point that stood out in her speech was she gave a real life example from her own life, which all we closely witnessed and well connected. That was how she gave me a mini heart attack when I was playing the timer role. And yeah, those things were very connected to each other. So we all understood what she said, and it was very clear. She gave right pauses in the place, and her vocal variety was very good. The speech was clear and understood by everyone. She gave justice to the topic, and she explained how having a mentor helped her growth and how Toastmasters envisions mentoring. Somehow, a good speech can always be a better speech. So I would like to give some suggestions that you might want to work on. Add humor in your content because it will grasp the audience attention. And we all know that you had some technical issues, and you also put forward a disclaimer that your video quality is not going to be good. So I don't want to comment on that. But still, you could have added some hand gestures and eye contact in your speech. That would have made this good speech even better. In a nutshell, the speech was very good. Your confidence level was very nice. And you had a very good vocal variety. The eye contact was very good. The clarity of the speech was good, to a higher notch. The audience were all aware of your speech, and they were all, very closely listening to it, and they got connected to it. Your comfort level was a little bit off because I thought you have some issues because your mentor being here, but yeah, that was also okay. And audience were also interested in your topic. So yeah, that was it. Over to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kirtana. Next, I would like to call our evaluator to Toastmaster Bharat.
Yeah, Krithi, can you do the timer for now?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, thank you. So let me start. Good afternoon, passengers. Toastmaster Surya, you completely had the audience before starting the speech. Yes, what an attractive topic that was. Great work on that. And firstly, I would like to say that some of the good things that I observed in your speech. First one, using of stage. Well, after very long days, I have seen a speaker who used the stage very well. You know, Toastmaster Surya was telling a story, and she was standing at the one end of the screen. And when she was moving from that story to another, she is moving her position to the another part of the screen. Well, this is something that one of the successful speakers use to make audience clear that they are transitioning the events. So this thing will make the audience clear that she has moved from one story to other. Great work on that, Toastmaster Surya. Well, secondly, the intonation in your voice. Well, when you say that Kingfisher Airlines is closed, yes, you really add the meaning and the energy to those words. Yes, and you also pass it wherever it is required, and you lower the voice to make the narration clear. Well, great job on that. And thirdly, you were saying some Hindi line in your speech. Well, I don't know Hindi, but it is one of the techniques that a speaker does to engage the audience. Great work on that. And fourthly, the flooding smile. Well, you just mastered it. Usually when speakers were nervous, and even when they are not nervous, to make them feel confident, they usually use this technique to engage the audience. You just mastered it. Great work on that, Toastmaster Surya. Well, using my eagle's eye, I could find there was only one thing to recommend. So that is, you had a very proper and good hand gestures throughout your speech, but at many occasions, your hands were like this, and at some points it was like this. Yes. So instead of doing this, you can keep your hands like this or like this. Okay. So I think this thing will make your speech really more beautiful. So to summarize, you rocked and mastered the basic and the important elements of speech. And if you just include this suggestion in your speech, well, I don't care about others, this evaluator will be happy. Thank you, and over to the GM.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bharat, evaluator, for such a niceful evaluations. Next, this is my time to give my report. Before, I would like to get a help from my 3 angels. First, I would like to call, sorry, this is the time to give my report. First of all, very congratulations to each and everyone to be present here. We have started our meeting at Toastmaster sessions on 4:32.
The tag report.
Timer report, Maha.
Oh, sorry, I just forgot. This is the time to call my tag report. First, I would like to call my timer.
Yeah. Thank you, General Evaluator, for calling me again. Well, so firstly, I would like to tell the timings that people have done. So Toastmasters saw me, the speaker one has 6 minutes and 10 seconds. And secondly, yeah, Toastmaster Surya, 6 minutes and 13 seconds. And coming to TT speech, Toastmaster Karupaswamy, 1 minute and 10 seconds. And Keethana ma'am, 1 minute and 6 seconds. And Toastmaster Vijay, 1 minute and 25 seconds. And moving on to the evaluation, Toastmaster Keethana ma'am has 2 minutes and 25 seconds. So I'm happy to say that everyone is qualified, and that's a report from the timer. Over to G.
Sorry, I'm audible to everyone? Yes. Next, I would like to call my accounter, Toastmaster Shrutika.
So hi everyone. So here is my report, and first of all, a very appreciation for all your speeches, and it's really so impressive and great to hear. I have found less than 5 accounts, TM Kirtana, TM Krithi, and TM Kopaswamy sir, and with 0 accounts to the 2 speakers. It's go to the 2 speakers, TM Saumini and TM Surya and TM Vijay sir. Well, it's my responsibility to give a general suggestion also. Always we use the fillers where we try to cover our silence in the speeches. So just get comfortable with the silence. Letting silence become the natural part of speech actually adds emphasis. So it allows people to consider our message for a moment and let it to sink. So instead of using and that, just give a 1 minute silent. And so here is an interesting quote which I found just scrolling to my Google. The right word may be effective, but no word was ever effective has rightly timed pass. So think about it. Over to the general evaluator.
Mahalakshmi, are you there?
Since there is no response from Mahalakshmi, Toastmaster of the day, shall I start my grammatical report?
Yes, yes.
Is my screen is visible, ma'am?
Yes, visible.
Yeah. Yeah, good evening, and kudos to you all for a wonderful Toastmastering session. The word of the day is treasure. Not some. I have identified many good usages through this Toastmaster session. They are unfavorable situations, loyalty, most challenging part, protege, excel in everything, appreciation, criticizing the content, not the personal, empathy, mentor-mentee relationship, result-oriented, eventually support from the society, find solutions, golden opportunity, encourage, magic as well, Toastmasters promise, professional commitment, improve consistently. Jack role player is not an easy task. Confidence, creative content, fabulous job. Then Toastmaster promise, able to engage consistently, positively encouraging evaluations, motivate, art and skill you learned, club quality, dynamism to the club. The crown of the words what I learned is builder of skills, close to Subramaniam sir. Then gratitude, opportunity to speak forbidden words, justice to topic. In a nutshell, intonation in voice, nice, niceful evaluation. I thought the niceful evaluation is wrong. When I checked with Google, it's also correct. So I'm unable to find out not even a single error throughout the session. Kudos to you all.
Thank you, Karupaswamy sir, grammarian. It's really nice. And it's my time to give my overall report. Krithi, let me check my audio. I'm audible.
Yes, you're audible.
Okay. Due to some network issue, that's why I'm asking again and again. Okay. After our milestone sessions, it's our first sessions, right? We all have to be proud to be a VTC. Yes, but we have started our meeting by 4:32. It's a 2 minutes late. It's not a big delay, but after we achieved some point, we should maintain that time. I request every VTC members to keep on the time for upcoming sessions. And from the SSA, our Toastmaster Bharat, BSSA, he wake up everyone with asking the questions. What is your lunch? What is your breakfast? Like, everything's participated. It's like a waking up from a small sleep. And coming to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Krithi, really such a nice theme. It's something new for us. I thought it's about computer or human. You just take it into the computer language, Control Alt Delete into the human life, like control your emotions, alternative way, delete negative thoughts. That is really nice. And one more thing, I would like to appreciate you on your speech. Like you asked every speakers before they start. You asked, please check your audio and video quality. It's really impactful before they start. It's like they will feel comfortable. Next, our Toastmaster. I would like to give a report for Toast evaluator. Our first evaluator, Toastmaster Krithi ma'am. I really like. We always used to congratulate our speakers. You did it. Like first congratulations, make the speakers boost extra booster pack. They will feel, oh, I finished this. You did that. You gave the boosters to our Toastmasters so many. And you did it everything in a nutshell way that is also informative. And I have some recommendations for you. Like you said, your audience awareness, your hands gestures, you have to improve hands gestures and everything, like recommendations and suggestions which she's good, which is she have to improve. You can tell her like you did this when you give the in our one point, you can took any point of view you did in this level is better. Its audience awareness in this point is so interactive, and you could have you could have developed this line. It is very effective for your next session. And coming to evaluator Toastmaster Bharat, you could also, it's our habit, it's our VTC habit. We will always used to congratulate every speakers after they completing spark level. You could have inbuilt on this quality that makes your speakers feel happy. And you did. And in the beginning, you gave the in evaluations explanations that is very, very effective. You did that like what is evaluator, how evaluators helpful for the audience as well as the speaker. And your suggestion or your recommendations, I really like that because you noticed every sentence and used to use this. You are appreciated. You can improve in a next way by the speaker's point of view. You can, it is very easy to adopt them in our next sessions. And next, I would like to tell about the education sessions. My special thanks to our education's Toastmaster Subramanian sir for such a wonderful session. It is like in the beginning itself, it's an interactive session, so everyone can participate, and we all did that. Really appreciable. And you reinforced in the throughout the sessions like Toastmaster principles, engagement, and mentorships. Really need for us. And next, Toastmaster at the table topic sessions, Toastmaster Sadhana really I like, because in your speech you encourage, like in the beginning you said it is an opportunity, encourage the people who's not participating throughout the session, like you include the word. That is really nice. I learned this is the new way, like we welcome our guests. And added to that, I would like to appreciate for your ending, like thanking after their each participant, you thanked them, and also you related some things to the theme. That is also I liked very much. And your ending also meaningful, makes every participant, like every members to participate in the next TT sessions. I really admire. I really going to implement it on this. And this is the report about my timer. Really Toastmaster Bharat, I would like to congratulate. First of all, you are the at the uneven uncertainty, you are challenged yourself, taking a two rules. Even Krithi also helped you to show the timer card. You did the same. You gave me the you took the responsibility. It shows our VTC strength. And you did timer as well as SSA as well as the evaluator. That is really nice to you have a guts, you did it. And our counter Shrutika, I couldn't say she's a new member. She did like a too experienced guy. Even myself also, I feel, oh, I have to compete with Kritika. That I feel like that. And she gives in the beginning also, she, in the counter information, she gave the such a nice real time explanation with a one voice or one video note like that. And last she gives the general suggestion, like general recommendations, and appreciate. And in the beginning she appreciate who's not using, who's not had no archives. That is so appreciable. And Toastmaster Karupaswamy sir, I really like that you presented your screen. So it's very as we said, visual has some its own impact, compare rather than hearing things. You presented the words so everyone can notice, like forbidden, interactive, innovative. We could see and write it. The words also we can implement also. You did your grammarian job. Well done. This is my report. Over to you, Toastmaster Krithi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mahalakshmi, for that profound report. Trust me, in today's world, nothing is as important as your own sanity and contentment. Do what makes you happy. Gone are those days when our future paths were divided into two. But with today's technology and contacts, we can have much more alternatives than we can opt for. So step up, look around. I'm sure you'll get a handful of alternatives and support to get out of your plight. And last but not the least, delete all the negativity from your life that holds you down. Even if that means deleting negative people from your life, do it. Life is too short to be wasted on negative thoughts, things, and people. I hope you'll all remember Ctrl Alt Delete. Next time you encounter a negative situation, start activating these 3 keys to reboost your life today. Thank you. Over to the presiding officer, Toastmaster Soumi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Krithi, for that beautiful session that you pulled in today with a very short amount of time to prepare. And coming to comment on today's session, after a very long time, we've had a very power-packed, power-filled session. Number one, very many thanks to our educational speaker, Toastmaster Subbu, for keeping up the commitment to connecting on his mobile and holding it in one of his hands and carrying out throughout the session for 30 minutes. That showed how much that we can all learn to keep up our commitment in Toastmasters too. And I've written down a lot from the educational session, and I hope we can all implement a few of those ideas in the club. And number two, Toastmaster Karupaswamy are by far the most interactive guests that we've had. He pumped in energy not only in his grammarian parts, but also in all the parts in the session wherever it was possible. So thank you, sir. We'd love to see you more often in VTC. Then both the whole tag team and the GE had a lot of creativity that I saw today with their scripts. And even though they did not, the scripts did not necessarily align with the theme, the creativity that every one of them brought in was top notch. So I'm so happy that we are on a level that that we are setting really high standards for ourselves. And congratulations to Bharat and for playing a dual role. And when Bharat couldn't screen share, and Krithi had to pitch in, as mentioned by General Evaluator, Krithi pitched in and did that. This shows that nothing stops us from having a very successful session always. So, Toastmaster Krithi, are the winners ready?
Yeah, we have 8 responses.
Okay. We'll wait for... Yeah, I think we can go ahead.
Yes.
So the best tag role player goes to none other than Toastmaster Karupaswamy from Rising Vellore Toastmasters Club. Congratulations, sir. We try to incorporate
for the opportunity given to me, as well as instead of me, if you should have selected the timer, I'll be very happy. I want to share this with our timer, Toastmaster Bharat. Please share with him.
Okay, the best tag role players of today is both Toastmaster Karupaswamy for playing grammarian and Toastmaster Bharat for playing timer. That is such a humbling thing of you to do, sir. The best evaluator goes to none other than, again, Toastmaster Bharat. The best role player goes to the Toastmaster of the day, Krithi. Our best TT speaker, I think 3 times in a row or something, it goes to Toastmaster Vijay. And the best speaker is a tie between both myself and Surya from Seoul. Congratulations to us. So with that, and to more successful, energy-filled, creativity-filled sessions, I'm officially closing VTC 101.